clap us in.
This looks so fucking gay.
I'm using this one, yeah.
Why's your dick throbbing? No, it's this. Yo, it's TNT, aka Tracksuits and Ties. I am Mr. B, and I am joined by
Easy M Easy.
Yeah.
Moe Paly.
Feels weird that you've got nothing on the extension.
That's it. Just Moe Paly.
We're working on it. What should we call him in the group?
Something's missing in your outfit. I know exactly what it is. Can you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you're talking about the socks?
Yeah, where are they?
All
What socks?
I've got these these like special socks.
Oh yeah.
That
But it's the eggplant.
yeah, they got eggplant on the.
You got
You've seen them?
The aubergines, the
Yeah.
dick thing.
I bought.
you got the dick. You got dick socks.
Yeah.
Dick
You got
socks,
you got
Dick
the dick
socks.
socks.
Dick socks. Did no one clock? We never shouted out.
Missed.
He's done giving up. He's given
He
up.
doesn't even
He's
want to
given up.
be introduced anymore.
He doesn't even like it anymore, man. He doesn't even like it anymore.
Miss, what do you think of my outfit? Because you always get at me.
This is true.
It's cool.
On the way here, Miss said I like cookies and creams. No, man.
Whoa.
Bro, he's took me to the side. He's like, Mo, real talk.
Yo,
Like, it's like a
Relax,
cookies
I
and
did
cream
not
type
say
of
this.
guy. I was like,
Oh,
nah,
I did
I'm
not say
good.
this. I did not say this.
You did say that.
I don't
so.
co-sign.
But I said it was going to be confidential, but I lied.
This guy's out and open now, man.
But
He's
yeah,
out of the closet.
I
He's
feel like a
fully-
lollipop right now.
Wait, for those that don't know, i.e.
like
me, what does looking like cookies and
What does that
cream?
even
Cookies
mean?
and creams is like
something sweet.
like
innit?
something sweet, something cute.
Yo, chillax.
Miss, that you're moving.
I did not say that.
Right.
Bro, okay,
Wallah, I
miss. I
didn't say
see. Mister, wallah, I didn't say that. But do this like a shampoo ad. Go.
No, because my hair's not that.
It's not
I'm having a bad hair day today, innit? It's all frizzy and shit.
And girls are gonna
Wallah,
like.
you're having a bang your hair day today compared to last
I
year.
appreciate it, man. But let's talk about your skinny jeans.
They
Because they're
skinny?
skinny, they're like sprayed
These are
on.
actually not.
They're skinny
Man,
chinos.
I give you permission to touch these. Are these jeans first and foremost?
They're not jeans. They're
They're
trousers.
chino
They're three-quarter
trousers.
lengths.
But them calves, I can see all the veins on them, and you're wearing,
They're footballers' fucking calves, mate. I tell you that for free.
and that shirt is a bit extra large. Like, look, do you mind I said go gym, yeah?
Yeah.
'Cause
But
then
it's that over. It's that over.
Because then you can fill it out that shirt. There's
It's
bare
not a
like.
t-shirt to fill out though.
Yeah, it's not.
I would fill it out. I fill out every shirt. innit?
The only thing you don't fill out is that seat, fam.
Shots. Don't be looking at me, bro.
Bro, I'm looking at you and your fucking New Balance Liverpool tracksuit. What is it? The Intelligent Choice or New Balance? Well, it's got two brands on it.
It's just
Alibaba.
I haven't got. I said Alibaba, bro. I haven't got nothing for you, man. What you man been on anyways, man?
Nothing, man. Just out here.
Just out here, bro.
What have you been on, Malcolm? Because
Bro,
I've
I'm
realised
like-
that you always ask us the question first.
Yeah.
And
What
we never
you been
get
on?
round to you, fam.
Well, I'm asking
What are you
been
on, fam?
What the?
Don't look at him. What are you on, bruv?
I have to look away. I don't want to make eye contact with him.
I actually care about my people, innit? That's
No, I don't care about what I have to do. I care about what you
Nah,
do.
Yeah, what
man.
have you been on?
Bruv, it's fucking been pissed off. Didn't get any sleep last night.
Talk
Like,
about it.
didn't get any sleep last night because of these cats. Like cats, cats are screeching and screaming. Like I was just.
Oh, like meow cats or like cats?
Oh no!
Oh,
Actual
like-
cats, actual domesticated cats.
Okay.
I'm like,
Wait,
why? It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, like it pisses me off. Like they all scream. They all like cats and dogs. Yeah, when they meet each other, it's like they're still in survival mode. It don't make no sense to me. It's like, bro. You've come out your 3-bedroom house. Like, why are you still acting like
your
you're not like your ancestors who are lions and wolves and that, bro. You come out your 3-bedroom house with your little Felix food and that.
Yeah.
You're well fed. Why are you acting
you
like
wanna
you're
switch it
ghetto?
up,
Like,
yeah.
it pisses me off, bro. It always annoys me, bro. When are we getting the released version of Bespoke? If you guys have been following him up on the Twitter, he's been writing these hashtags. They're all addictive. His tweets are very addictive. I always like them. When are we getting Bespoke? When's that coming to us? Like, are we getting a series out of that? What's happening?
I mean, let me know, innit? Like, would you like to have an episode where I'm just literally talking shit to you guys, but on an individual basis, or would you rather us have a Tracksuits and Ties
I feel like
together?
people want to do that. I think people want to hear you. People want to hear what you've got to say.
I think
I think people will like everyone's individual. Like,
Yeah. Man's thinking of spin-off shows already, fam.
No, I'm thinking we should have an episode where we're just reading out his his tweets.
Oh, tweets. Oh, we need to do that.
I'm down for that.
Oh, we need to do that.
People see how fucked up you are.
Get cancelled, bro.
Because you're coming with controversial shit, so you should be expecting
Alright, can we
backlash.
define what controversy means? Because
That's your favourite word, so you need to define it.
right. So to me,
Yeah,
right,
to you, yeah.
it's not controversial if you genuinely believe in that point of view and you've made it, even though if it's against society's belief. If that's what I believe, or you believe, that to me isn't controversial. However, if you're telling me, for whatever reason, the sky is blue, because I don't like you, I'm going to say, no, the sky is grey. That's controversial. I'm saying it just to cause an upfront roar. Me expressing my point of view, which I genuinely believe in and have believed in it for a period of time, that's not controversial.
I feel like
Bruges could sell fucking grass to a cow.
Yeah,
Or,
sell sand at the beach.
Yeah, you can say he'll sell sand to a beach. You just whatever he says, he can be talking shit and he make it sound bare legit, bro, all the time.
he sucks me in, and then when I deep it,
yeah,
I have like my
deep it,
me
you
time.
deep it like
Like,
10
no,
minutes
this guy's
after,
chatting
innit?
shit, bro.
You deep it like 10 minutes after, bro. You're chatting shit.
Let's pause for 10 minutes and have a think
I
about
feel
what I
like
just said.
you saying controversial, yeah, but I feel like you go out your way to make yourself believe in the wrong way or the opposite way, just to.
Like, repeat what you just said, bro. Like, literally repeat what you
Like,
just
for
said.
instance,
I got out
we
of
just
my
had this
way.
conversation, yeah?
Yeah.
You were against the Super League, yeah? You
Yeah,
were with
yeah.
the Super
No, I'm
League.
with the Super League. Yeah.
You're with it.
Yeah,
I feel like you just do it just to be different to everyone else. I
No,
wanna be.
I'm a massive capitalist who loves like the idea of money, and if you're a business, the number one priority is to make money. We're not going to talk about the Super League. It's way too long. I get why people think that, but I genuinely like you don't know my views in terms of when it comes to financial kind of aspects. I'm for it, and that's what annoys me because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're so controversial." I'm like, "Oh, deep." I'm
People
not
call you controversial.
Yeah, well, you man do.
You
What
say
about
no. You
apart
say
from
you're
us?
controversial. You say I'm gonna make a controversial statement. You say that.
No,
You say
but
that.
because I know how it's going to be perceived. It's like when Eminem takes the piss at himself, it's to kind of cover himself in it. So for me, it's just like I'm gonna make a controversial comment because that's what you man are gonna deem it as. But unless I'm really looking to like out you man or I'm just trying to banter you man, then I'll go. But when I'm having a serious conversation, I'm not gonna make a controversial comment just to kind of get a reaction from you, unless it's some sort of debate of banter element. So do I feel I'm controversial? No. But 10 episodes in, or 11 or whatever it may be,
Alright, I'm just going to
You
do a
can let
little
me
quick
know.
fire thing with
Hit
you.
me,
yeah?
go on.
How controversial are you, innit?
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna 1 to 10.
Trump or Biden, for instance. Or
go
for,
some
for Trump or against Trump?
Let's some fast
Quick ones, yeah?
quick
For
ones.
Trump or against?
Trump.
Okay. With Hitler or against Hitler?
Oh, against Hitler, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, because I heard you say...
Go on, what did I say
I
about
remember
Hitler?
once on your display pic,
Yeah.
you had Pablo Escobar,
Yeah.
you had Adolf Hitler,
Yeah.
and you had Donald Trump, I think.
Alright, hear me out.
What?
Controversial, not.
Alright, cool. Alright, but the Hitler thing, first and foremost, what Hitler done is beyond unacceptable. Like, that's one thing that... But my point I have... And people,
Fuck it hell.
Go on,
Alright, so the Hitler thing for me was, bro, this one guy, one brother,
Yeah.
by himself, little scrawny motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Has managed to get the whole of Germany, in fact, the whole of Europe, to believe in his ideology. If that isn't a smart motherfucker, I don't know what is. Doesn't mean that I'm against everything he was for, but you can't tell me that Hitler is not a smart guy.
No, I don't doubt that.
That was it. So for me,
But the
and
posting
again,
the picture on social media is
no,
a bit
no.
much.
To
That's
me-
controversial because there's no
It
reason.
wasn't on social media, but it was.
Oh, right, okay.
It was.
It was your WhatsApp display pic.
Yeah.
Weren't you scared you might have work colleagues who might
No,
have been
because
Jewish?
to me it was.
Yeah, who he represents. Like, who he represents.
To me, like, look, for example, like I look up to Escobar again because he built such a corporate underground business that even corporate people could not do at the money that he made. That's inspiring. I don't agree with I don't agree with the shit he's done and the things he believes in. And he's the amount of people he killed and whatnot. But stuff. Once again, Trump. This guy was a fucking multi-billionaire. Fair enough. I get
His
it.
dad,
I get
dad
that.
giving P or something.
But he's a reality star. My man's persuaded the whole of America to vote for my guy. And
America don't count though, man.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough, but at the end of the day, he done it. So I'm not saying I like his views or I like what he believes in, like the likes of Escobar's and Hitler's and that. But to be able to persuade that many people at that capacity in that short period of time and actually make a change, bro, that's inspiring in a negative way, but at the same time, it's like, wow, how did he do that?
See, he says shit like that, and I'm instantly sold, innit?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Let me just take off my trousers.
I misunderstood it.
Hey, get your phone out and put your DP.
No, but then, like, 2 days from now, I'll be somewhere at work, and then bang, something goes in my head. I'm like, nah, this guy was chatting shit.
Bruce's statements always rattle me like that, man. Always get at me. I'm thinking, why the fuck did he say this? Like 2 days later, man. That's so funny. Man.
But I think we forget that's why as well. Because a lot of times, like, what did we speak about earlier in the car? We said something, and I'm like, I don't know what they said, but they said it. And then sometimes you forget what they say, and it annoys you because you don't know why they said it. I like the estate agent thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's probably why you're like, Bruce actually likes Hitler. And I'm like, no, Bruce didn't say he likes Hitler. Yeah. I actually understand what he said and why he said what he said. And you're like, oh, actually, yeah, I can chill out a little bit.
But hear me out. If you weren't speaking to us, all other people that were willing to be patient, listen to what you're saying.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
I feel like you would cause them more of like...
I've been in a position where I've been probably not around amongst people that they're not my people.
Yeah.
And I have made... But when I make that comment, I need to read the room first and foremost. That I know I'm going to get that 10 seconds, which I need
to explain
to be able to... You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, bro, I'll probably 999 real quick.
How did you operate in Clubhouse? Did he have Clubhouse?
I loved it when he used to get out like hose as well.
Clubhouse is more of a... I wish I had more time in my hands to actually use it properly because we would benefit so much from it. Clubhouse is more of a politically correct debate. It's about once again, it's about reading the room. I'm talking bare here, but it's literally about understanding what they want to hear, but how they want to hear it. Because you're allowed to say anything you want, but if you say it the right way, bro, I was getting followers just because not because of what I was saying, but how I was saying it. So anything I was saying, they weren't agreeing with it. They're like, what, you're talking shit. But actually, this guy, he's made a point, but he's actually making valid arguments behind it. So, alright, cool, he's cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember that girl, bro, she was like, literally dropping guys bottom by bottom.
What was the content?
What was it? It was something to do with beating bare. I think it was like beating bare guys or something. I don't remember. It was something sexual orientated. And I came with it and I was just like, I don't remember what I said, but I said something. She was like, no, I hear your point, Mr. B. And that was it. Like, it wasn't a thing where she wasn't ready.
She wasn't like, no, fuck you and that. She understood what you had to say.
Yeah.
What gave you more pleasure? Her saying that or her calling you Mr. B?
No, just impressing Mo.
Man, what we saying anyways, man?
Nothing. I feel like you just sided the whole conversation to talk about your cats, but we didn't know how your day was. You know what I mean?
My master plan.
He's good at manipulating.
So
how did I manipulate? I just told you what I told you how my day was.
You're a tactician.
No,
Yeah.
bro, come on. Bro.
You
just heard me spill about controversy.
He'll come in, yeah.
How he just got away with
Mark,
liking?
you look like something.
He just got away.
Mark,
He just got away.
wait.
He just got away with
explained
liking
himself. He
Adolf
explained
Hitler.
himself.
Adolf Hitler. He just got away with that. You just heard that.
Bro,
Adolf Hitler.
this guy will
Oh
tell
my
me.
gosh.
This guy will tell me he's pro-Israel, but then he explains to himself, and he'll make me pro-Israel. Do you know what I mean?
Weather's been picking up, innit? For the last couple of days, innit? Or last week or so. But it's been doing this thing. It's doing this very English thing where it just like the wind kind of like it's the wind is just there and it's cold and it's
Bipolar
just
as
mad.
fuck, man.
Like you have your North Face on with like your tight shorts, like
Bro,
yeah.
why
man.
do you think I wore this?
Yeah.
I'm getting the best of both. I'm getting a hoodie up here and I'm getting shorts here. So I'm ready for the summer and the
you
cold
look like
breeze.
you look like a slut, to be honest.
Who's it that says sluts don't get
You
cold?
should be Arab. You know? I think you're in the wrong community. You should be Arab. He saw flesh, said slut.
Sluts.
I rate that. You should be Arab now. You're in the wrong community, bro. You belong to us. I live in Tooting, yeah?
That's a shithole.
Okay, but
That is a
it's becoming gentrified now, yeah?
How? Define it. How?
When I'm saying gentrified,
How?
more white people are moving in.
Okay.
There's more of these like restaurants and stuff that normally...
What restaurants?
Like the flipping dips, the fucking
chicken shop.
meatballs, chicken shops,
Yeah.
little tapas places.
Yeah.
It's mostly white people who sit there.
Honest burger.
Bro, I remember back in the day, you used to go to the market, yeah? Bro, I just see people selling trainers, fake Armani, fake academics, fake Avrexes and all them thing there, and Nikes. Now...
Afro-Caribbean cuisines as well. There was bare of them in there.
Yeah.
Like African cuisine and stuff like that. Now, I think there's one African cuisine in Tooting Market. The rest are all like Thai, Malaysian, Mediterranean, Greek, whatever.
Yeah.
Shit, it's all white people shit. Like, as in, oh, Kate, let's try this falafel.
What's this?
But that's what I mean. Like, so you're saying when it was ethnic, it was a shithole because it was what we were saying. Ethnic people bring a bad community or vibe to it, and because now there's more white people there, it's become more nicer.
No, I'm not.
Because you said Tooting's a shithole, yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Or,
It's
Well, let's ask these reasons.
So I'm saying-
What are your reasons for your thinking that Tooting's a shithole?
yeah. So if these are communities of our
Don't let him avoid it, bruv.
You can-
I want to just so
Go
these
on,
communities
go on,
filled with
go on.
our ethnic groups, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And you're saying they're shitholes.
Yeah.
So now, explain it now. That's
Why do you think Tooting community listen to this? Yeah,
You can always-
your habitat is a shithole.
You can always tell.
Explain why.
You can always tell the quality of an area by how bad their Wetherspoons is. That's a national fact. Yeah, you can always tell.
I'm not taking the So to the show because this is Wetherspoon. That's the only reason it's show.
By how bad the Wetherspoons is.
Alright, cool.
By how
cool.
bad the Wetherspoons is.
So you're saying Tooting is a shithole because they're Wetherspoons?
No.
So why is it a shithole?
Okay, cool. I don't. Are we allowed to talk about crackheads? Are we allowed to do that?
You're allowed to talk about anything.
To be honest, as a whole, I think is it a shithole?
I
to a
agree, by the
degree?
way, but yeah.
It is. It's just not. What if you was to compare it to, say, for example, Fulham? It's
Yeah.
not Fulham, so it's definitely not Fulham. So that's where I get shithole from. Do you know what I'm saying? My area is a shithole. His area is a shithole.
I don't think my area is a shithole.
Your area is a
already
shithole.
been.
Your area is a shithole. Your area is a
It's-
shithole.
So obviously, as always, Malcolm had diverted the question, so I'm gonna try.
How did I divert
Right.
the question? Go on,
So
go on.
for me, and you were making a good point, but you didn't really say why. So when you look at the likes of Fulham and you look at the likes of Tooting just looks more run down.
Looks like a hellhole.
And by that I mean there's the littering, there's the type of people there, and the
Wetherspoons
By the way,
is
because you say white people, right? But in Tooting there is white people. It's just not the white people you see. Oh, look at the guy that was wearing they're wearing a tracksuit bottoms with
The shirt.
So for me, it's for me Tooting is just run down. The shops have lack of creativity in terms of their branding. They put their vegetables at the front, but like you go to like they do it in Fulham as well, but they just do it in such a more sleeker way. So it's literally about the way that the town is actually visioned. Because bro, Tooting has got everything that a good town needs. It's got the nightlife. It's got the hospitals.
That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Well, no, I'm talking about
Trump's
these new coffee shops and restaurants that are being built. Do you know which side I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All coffee shops, they look nice. Don't tell me they look like shitholes. And these are nice coffee shops.
Okay, I hear you, but imagine what it's like putting. That's like I don't know, it's a bit, but it's like me putting a fucking nice thing amongst shit. It's not gonna look great, is it?
No, but that's what gentrification is. It's
I
a
agree.
process. It's like what happened to
Yeah,
Brixton.
yeah,
bro.
it's a
It's
process,
a process, bro.
I agree, but
So I'm saying it's getting
reason,
gentrified.
I agree, but the reason right now Tooting is not at that place. It's growing there. It's definitely growing there. But the house prices say it all.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be that expensive if it wasn't a place to live.
Yeah.
So I think the reason I don't like Tooting is just how run down it is, the way the people are around the area. And like I said, the shops are just all either boarded up or they're just scatty. There's litter everywhere.
I think that's unjust because you're looking at Castle, all these new places that have been built. They don't give off that vibe.
Bro, I'm looking at the streets, my guy.
Bro, I'm trying to.
There's shit on the fucking pavement.
There's
shit on the pavement.
I know what you're talking about. I'm talking about
fam.
Tooting Broadway, that area there. But I'm talking
There's
deeper.
needles
Like
and
the
shit.
neighbours I've got now.
I never knew how patriotic you are about Tooting, by the
These
way.
doctors.
Yeah.
A lot of these council flats are not council flats anymore. They've been privately bought.
Yeah.
So all the neighbours I had of ethnic origins are moving out.
Yeah.
I've seen it in who my neighbours are now.
Yeah.
Like bloody hell, 6 neighbours of mine are all white.
Yeah.
There's
Bloody hell.
there's 9 neighbours in that
Fucking
building.
hell, mate.
6 are white. Never,
Get out
Fucking
there,
hell,
man.
mate. Fucking six white, mate. Fucking
But-
Good old Steve.
But that's what I'm talking
Brexit
about. Tooting's not white. I'm not saying Tooting's Fulham. I'm not comparing Tooting to Fulham, but it's a process. Like how
That's what I'm
Brixton
doing.
is. How Brixton is. But what I'm saying is, we're not clocking when I'm saying, oh, these places are shitholes. Yeah, they're shitholes, but they're full of people of our community. And when they become nicer places,
Yeah.
they're all white now. So you're seeing there's a trend here, like white people looking after their community and their where they live better than how we look after.
Would
them.
you,
the
listen,
government.
hold on.
I think it's
Let's-
government.
I don't think it's the government.
Let's ask you one. Like, it's a funny question, but it's not, bro. If you do something wrong, an ethnic person turns their head around you. If White Donnie does something, if you do something wrong and a White Donnie sees it, they're reporting it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the people in themselves are trying to make the community better.
Well, England, UK as a whole, was a country that had big empire across the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand why there's different ethnic groups that live in London. It's just like it's justified.
justified,
You conquered India for so long. You conquered Africa for so long.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Caribbean, wherever.
Yeah.
It's only normal because I know like there's certain people that when like they go Brick Lane or something. So why is all these Bengali people living there? Why do you have a problem with that?
Yeah.
Like these people came like 60, 70 years ago because their country was conquered and
by
there was
by
capitalism in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And-
You've made a great point there.
yeah. So when they come here and they set up their own community, yeah, there was no way in chance you're saying these guys didn't try to integrate. That's why they made their own community. No, they made their own community because the English people didn't let them integrate.
Yeah, they
we used to
didn't-
see
yeah.
signs like
That
no
is
blacks,
100%
no
true.
Irish, no dogs. Yeah,
That's true.
English people didn't let you integrate into their community. Yeah?
People don't. Yeah. That's
So when
right.
you saw Brixton, Peckham that had like let's say a Jamaican community or
Electric Avenue.
or passing West London that had a Moroccan community or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of the reason is because they felt safer
That's
within
to
their own
insulate,
community.
yeah.
Right,
That's
okay.
insulate, yeah,
That's a good
100%,
point,
yeah.
right? And I'm all for it. By the way, I am ethnic. I am not white. For those that might question it, you said. So are you saying that the ethnic group,
Yeah.
because they don't know how the white people live, they've just built their own community of
No,
where
he's
they're
not saying
I'm not
that.
saying don't
He's
know how to
saying
work.
he's
Because,
saying,
bro, I've been to Whitechapel, where it's a Bengali area.
Yeah.
I've never seen such a shithole in my life. And that's not, bro,
Okay, right, explain. Go on.
bro, the market is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, literally, bro. And,
racism in
bro,
that.
and
Disgusting.
No, I said, like I said, it's
racism in
gonna
that.
be like an uncensored thing. You gotta be open minded.
yeah, bro. I walked
yeah.
in there. The smells I was getting out of that.
fucking hell.
Forget the people. The people. Like, I don't care for them, innit? So I used to work in Shoreditch, right?
Yeah.
So around the corner, I think it's Whitechapel. Around the corner is Whitechapel, and it's a long story, but I went to get a haircut, right? I had to. I had a party event after, right? So I went to get a haircut, and I walked through the Whitechapel, and they literally had like in the middle of the street, they just had markets everywhere. Bro, you see rats just randomly walking around. First and foremost, that's hygiene. That's like things that human beings, forget what race they are, should be considerate about.
You can.
You have people walking around, no cap, with a meat of like a big cow or a deer or whatever it may be, a sheep on their shoulder across the street. Where's the etiquette in that? Where's the hygiene in that? And you want to tell me that I'm gonna be like, you know what, fuck that. Come to my country, do that. That's fine. You can do. I'm not staying there, but I'm gonna judge you, bro, because there's no hygiene in that whatsoever.
There's nothing wrong, yeah. For me, I have my own, let's say, culture, yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I have my own culture doesn't mean everything in my culture is right. Yeah,
agreed.
doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
And what I mean is, when you come over and live somewhere else, it's good to take the good things from that person's culture and leave
Yeah.
the bad things behind. I'm not saying come here and be British, go to the pubs. If you're like let's say you're
Yeah.
Bangladeshi, you come to Whitechapel. I'm not saying go to the pubs and start drinking, but take the good things from the like say the British white culture,
Yeah.
and leave them the bad things. Yeah, that's what I feel like communities have struggled with, innit? Where it's just
Integrating.
like, yeah, I think with the integration, I was part of how much the English let them integrate as well. But in terms of, that's the thing my mum kind of pushed for as well, especially the area that we lived in. Yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't want us to live in a certain area where it was a congregation of our people. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't want to.
She didn't.
What,
It's
what was her reasons as to why she didn't want you guys living?
because she
within-
came over and saw some of my family members who, for instance, their kids' education wasn't a priority for them. Some of them who've been there before us 10 years prior still didn't know how to speak a word of English properly.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So that's them things there. It's like you got to do your part as well. As much as you say white people don't let you integrate. That point I made.
Yeah, I think-
there's a back and forth. A lot of people, bro, there's in certain where I work, there's a big Brazilian community there. There's Brazilians that have been there for like 30 plus years. Can't speak English.
But bro, that's a part of it. That's the part that you're like. I understand you're trying to make both points,
Yeah.
but that's the whole part of it. It's to the extent of which, like I said, I fully agree with your comment, by the way. As in, like, it's not the other way where we insulate ourselves. I think it's a case of where you're not wanted in so many places. Like, more time. If I was to go live in a predominantly white community, I'm sure people look at me and go, "Oh, like there's a black
Stranger
person
here,
yeah. There's someone different from here, innit?"
Yeah.
And obviously, it was way more prevalent in the 50s and 60s where you can actually have flipping
Signs and shit.
posters and signs saying no blacks, no dogs, no Irish and things of that nature. So of course, naturally, I think when you say they don't understand how to speak English. But if we're going off, which I agree with, the fact that people, the majority of white people didn't want people to integrate, I'm gonna naturally go towards the people that I'm from, and then where we're not speaking English because that's not a mother tongue, that's gonna be natural where some people don't learn how to speak the language. Not saying it's great. I think if you're living in a country, you should learn how to speak the language. I do believe that to an extent, but I'm not gonna be mad at it if I see that happen because I know the plight that we all go through. Like, I know that I think the majority and the most powerful people want people in their places, innit? I think they all want them in their particular places. And when they don't want them in particular places, like, for example, Brixton or somewhere like that, or Barking that's getting new high-rises every 2 minutes, they're going to push you out. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's okay, like, for some people to just kind of be like, may not speak English. I understand it fully, 100%.
To me, once again, but I'm ethnic, so that's what really frustrates me. My parents' language, in terms of English, is nowhere near at the standards it should be, right? Why have they got a British passport? To me, it makes no sense. How, like, you've got every right to be in this country. I'm all for it. Like, increase it. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm all for, like, integration. But for me, there's no extent to it. You should know English if you're in this country. If not, you should be going and taking tests as it is on a regular basis to actually learn English, and you should not be able to get a British passport, for example, till you know English. I'm not saying you shouldn't have the rights of the same person, but in theory, actually, yeah, if you don't know that language, if you're not willing to come to this country and somewhat take on board at least their language, which is not changing your lifestyle in any way, shape, or form, if anything, it's benefiting your life here.
But say for example, right? If I work with the same people that look like me, and when I go back home and I go back into my community, and my community is basically me. Where am I going to be speaking this language?
Where's he gonna have the time to do that?
Where am I speaking this? Where am I speaking English?
Because we've rooted from a village, so when we come to this country, that's all we know. So I think the second point you made, which was really good, was, and I asked you, but I didn't answer back, but I was like, do you feel like we're bringing our village mentality towards a massive city because the English people are not allowing us to integrate and allowing us to know what's right and what's wrong and what you should, certain stuff you should be acting? Is that
we definitely done it to protect ourselves, though. I feel like we've done it to protect ourselves. We've done it
but
as
I think it's
why
more. I
protect
think
them?
it's more pride as well.
No, but if you don't know it, I'm asking you, is it because you don't know it?
Who?
If we don't know, like, if I'm a villager all my life and I've come to a big, massive city and the white man or the other people that are here don't allow me to know what's right and wrong, and like, we should recycle, we should clean after ourselves on the floor, we shouldn't just throw our bloody dishwasher water on the street. If they don't allow me to see what's right and what's wrong, then I can't blame
But
you.
it's up to, that's why because I can't get at whoever the first generation was that came here for saying, oh, why don't you learn the language? If you came here at 40 years old, it's very hard for a 40-year-old man or woman to then switch her lifestyle. So I need to speak English now. It's very difficult, bro. It's difficult.
It is, but then
I'm saying the new generation, like i.e. you, whatever.
Because they've come all the way, so they can make the change to come here.
Do you mean it's not it's a sacrifice that they made to come here?
Yeah.
They've left their family, friends behind to come to for a better opportunity in life, yeah? Based on what Britain did in their country. But we're not getting into that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying now is the conflict happens with the new generation, yeah? So you when you're coming and what you knew was all right to throw dishwasher out in the street, but then you're coming in and because you've mixed with white culture as well, so it's not really
The right thing to do.
the right thing to do. That's where the change needs to happen. But if you're gonna stick to your pride, and so when for instance, there's people that's it. They want to stay how they are. So when
Yeah.
When I remember in college, I was seeing a group of Arab people sitting and eating on the floor. Yeah, there's canteen tables. Yeah, people eating on the floor. Bro, this is true. Like, I'm like, bro, why don't you sit on the table? He's like, oh, these people are my age, innit? But they're first generation.
Yeah.
But they're my age. It's not like they're 40, 50. They're like,
Yeah.
they're in the young
yeah,
20s,
yeah.
They were like, oh, what, you think your granddad didn't sit on the floor? And he was like, bro, I'm not saying, but we're not living in my granddad's time, bro. Like, you're living in here. Like,
Yeah.
you live in, I'm not saying, bro, to do this, you're becoming white. But there's certain things in everyone's culture where there's right things and there's wrong things. And people need to be aware of that. And they need to be self-conscious about certain things we do in our culture. It's not right.
I don't think it's a right or wrong thing. I just think it's just a personal thing, innit? Or it's a cultural thing. I think
it's
someone's
education.
wrong. I don't think someone, even though I found it funny, yeah, that you saw canteen tables and you just had to sit on the floor.
Nah, fuck
I
that.
understand. I fully understand if your most of your life you sat on the floor when you're eating, why you would naturally, you might feel more comfortable. It might be,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? I get that 100%.
That's where I find the imbalance in it. But I
Yeah.
do believe, for me, I do believe every culture has a right or wrong.
Yeah, of course,
I don't
but-
think.
But isn't that a lack of education though? And by education, I don't mean academically. I mean education in terms of what etiquette, I guess.
I think because we live in London.
Yeah.
All right. If you took a Chinese family and threw them into Nigeria, and there's certain things a Chinese family does within their culture, and they start saying, "Oh, these Nigerians are doing certain things wrong and right." That's difficult because you're
They're doing
that's,
that now.
that's
by the way.
one
There's
big
actually
community.
Chinese
Yeah.
people in Nigeria, right?
Yeah,
there
it's
is.
happened in Albania.
The Chinese people everywhere are taking over the world. But what I'm saying with London, because it's such a multi-ethnic
Yeah.
and diverse city,
Yeah.
you need to start being aware of everyone's different culture. You
Oh,
can't
and be
say,
respectful to it. Yeah.
like,
yeah.
I think,
But I think it's the safe space, isn't it? So when someone comes in here and I'm going, should I go to Malcolm? I don't know nothing about his culture, or should I go to someone that's from my culture? I know this will probably benefit me more, but it doesn't feel safe for me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that, and that's where it's a tumble effect, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not disputing, but let me just quickly, because you mentioned something about college, right? So let's say the second generation, third generation are the ones that are more likely to go to university, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you at uni, who are your friends?
the mixture.
But majority were probably your ethnic.
yeah,
background, okay.
yeah.
Why? Because we're slating our families in theory. We're slating all these like first generation.
I'll tell you why. Because growing up, when I was in primary school, my best friend was a white middle class person.
Yeah.
But as you grow
What was his
older,
name?
Mom had white friends.
as you grow older, we went to the same secondary school.
Yeah.
So we were like in year 7. We were like first day in year 7. We were like linked up. So we got to stay together, innit? Over time, you realize your interests divert.
Yeah.
So I was more like drawn to a different ethnic group to the one that I knew, which is white middle class.
Yeah.
Because there was certain interests that I could relate to more, and like, there were certain things in his culture that I was relating to more.
Yeah.
So his parents were very similar to how my parents would react, and
Yeah.
my white friend's parents were different to how my. Bear in mind, my mum and his mum became good friends, innit? And that's what I mean. Where
But wouldn't that have been the first step of something?
what?
Like, wouldn't that have been the first kind of step of stepping away from the stereotype of having to stick with your own people?
Based on people's mentality, if you're open to like, mum would say stuff to my mum. If my mum wasn't trying to be open minded, she would take it as this is pure racism. Like, this woman's insulting me. Da da da.
Your mum would take that, or the woman?
I'm saying the woman, because my mum, sorry, because she would ask, well, "Why do you lot do this? Why do you do that?" And the thing. So I think it's time educating, but again, white people need to get educated on other cultures apart from their own.
I'm not
Because they don't want to learn about other people's cultures. They don't.
That's
All
true.
they want to learn is about hummus and falafel and vegan falafel and all this. That's not learning about, bro. Because I'll tell you this now: there's English people that go to Dubai and these places, whatever. They don't learn a shit of Arabic. They've been there for 10 years, whatever.
Sure.
They don't learn Arabic. So it's a thing where why is it always ethnic people that have to
take
go
the
over and
fault,
above?
take the-
White people are lazy they don't want to fucking open their minds as well.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
true.
it. Like I
Yeah.
Okay, I
like-
see what point you're making. Yeah.
like
yeah.
they want to take their culture. They always see this Western culture is always taken somewhere else, and it annoys me because the other day I was watching some TV show, whatever, and then there was an ad break. In that ad break, this was an Egyptian TV channel. Yeah, in that ad break, I saw a few adverts. There was 3 property adverts. So they were trying to advertise these like villas in these nice areas of Egypt and shit. All the people that were in these adverts, these actors, they were all like white looking European people, blue eyes, blonde
yeah.
hair. It looked like American streets, innit?
Yeah.
This is the way that these were set up. Fair enough, you want to have like an American style houses, like big driveways and these open roads, but everyone in there did not look Arab. They did not look Egyptian. They looked European or American. And this was an Arabic advert, innit? And all three of these adverts, these property adverts, were the same. And I was telling my mom, look at this, like look what they're trying to like. They're showing you that the Western lifestyle is the better lifestyle. But how's this gonna relate to me? Like, I see no one single woman with headscarf on. Egyptian, like, this is Egypt, bro. This is not America. Like,
that's a bit techie. I don't know the full extent of the advert in it, yeah. But I can understand if you're a business trying to get Western money, and so if you're making people look, the actors that you're getting, they look
Like
sort of Europeanish. You're trying to get them people to buy those houses because maybe they believe that's who their target audience is. So I don't think you can necessarily say
that's what Dubai did as well.
Okay, but then gentrification is not happening just in the UK; it's happening across the world.
Exactly that.
But isn't it a bit? I don't know how to say this, but isn't it a bit ironic how all gentrification is supporting the westernized life, even across the different countries? So isn't there a common dominator there?
I think it's brainwashing, isn't it? So it makes you believe that the Western lifestyle is the best lifestyle.
Okay, but I'm not agreeing to it, but if there's so many people agreeing to this gentrification of how it should be, then there has to be some logic behind it.
Who's agreeing?
I don't think it's agreeing, bro. It's not. It's just forced down your throat.
Yeah,
it's forced down your throat.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. So like, it's not just happening in the UK. You just said it's Egypt TV. You said it's happening on Egypt TV. It's happening back home. It's happening in Nigeria, I believe.
Yeah.
So
in Thailand, where they where everyone's whitening themselves and that.
I'm not saying that's the right way to do it. But where does it stem from? So maybe gentrification is not as bad.
It's media.
It's the new age capitalism. You don't have to invade a country now to get what you want. You can do it through this media or social media or TV.
Okay, so
why
to bring it to you, just to throw it at you or throw it to both of you actually. If you were you're a small town, you're a governor of a small town, you understand that there needs to be more money brought into the particular area. Even it just being obvious, Starbucks, Costa, and all them things there. How would you go about making sure that this we want to keep the heritage of the community? How would you go about doing that?
Well, if you look at Dubai, they try to do that as much as they can, innit? Because Dubai tries to throw in the Western culture, but also trying to keep their culture in terms of the laws of the land. You can't live with a partner if you're not married in the house. You can't be kissing your partner in the street. Alcohol can only be served in hotels and nightclubs. They can't be sold in restaurants.
I heard it after a particular time.
And then there's backlash from the West won't let you have it. It's either you give us straight our culture or you don't have us. That's the way I see it.
I think the question was, if you were the mayor,
how would you do it? I said
how
Dubai would doing it. Now.
You do how Dubai
I'll do it. I feel like Dubai is contradicting, but it's the only way it's going to work, Malcolm. You can't. You're not going to please everyone. Like you're going to. It's going to be a 50-50 thing. I want to see another method. I can't see another method.
Okay. The winners are the property owners and the commercially and obviously residential owners. They're always the winners. Whether you're ethnic, white, green, yellow,
it's like stocks basically.
It don't matter. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how beneficial it is. If you think it's for the white person, you can't be pushed out if you own that land. Well, you can obviously because you get paid out, but you're always a winner in that aspect. So for me, the way they do it is very gradually, and I'm more for it. It's like anything in life, though, mate. I think for me, like a business, you're gonna gradually move away, not just the people, but the mindset of the business and the culture of what's right for the business. So back to your point, if my town, let's say Mr. B's town, required...
You love that, wouldn't you?
Oh, dude, I love it. If my town required me to try and push, and unfortunately this is how it's working, that my town is asking for Starbucks, it's asking for Costas, it's asking for a flip and dip or Wagamamas and that, then my thing is I need to do whatever I need to persuade these companies to open in my town. So if that's what's required to do, and that's gonna make my town thrive more, and it's gonna bring the right consumers there. I think prime example Westfields, by the way. Before Westfields, Shepherd's Bush was a shithole.
It was a caravan site there. Yeah.
I didn't actually know that. But because the Westfields came in, it's literally just
Changed it completely.
boomed the market.
Yeah.
So I think the answer would be actually open a shopping centre.
I don't like the narrative of people who live in those areas who don't want it to change, of them being content or like quote unquote. I'm not saying you said lazy, but kind of almost dissatisfied. There's loads of people within communities that work hard but can't afford to do anything more than what they can actually get in it.
As an ethnic person, right? As a homeowner, right? Would I rather see 10 chicken shops or a Louis V shop or with a Costa, Starbucks? Let's be real, bro. Like, what would you rather see? Wait, which one would you? Let's say you're a homeowner and you're not getting pushed out, and your land now that the property you own and your area is what would you rather, bro?
Well, I think my area is in the midst of being gentrified. And like I don't know. I hear some of the points you're making,
So
but
what would you rather?
I don't know. I think
You'd rather walk around seeing fucking crackheads like banging out needles, or you're seeing a chicken shop, bare people just looting around. Then you'd rather see an elegant piece of like no littering on the floor, like nice shops, nice standard of living, a somewhat purer, less pollution or whatever. That's like logic would say you'd rather see that, no?
Do you know what? Do you know why? Like why I think there's an argument for renting with other tenants and they live their lives like that.
But first of all, shared ownership and right to buy is two different.
But it's the same concept.
No, because shared ownership. Okay. First of all, right to buy is usually for the council and state houses, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the lights that are going to benefit is the lights of us.
They stopped doing that though.
But then they only I swear a statistic came out where it only benefited people that could literally afford to pay, have the savings in order to put down a deposit. And majority of those people were middle class people, came from middle class background. I literally saw that. I need to get out the article.
But our families have benefited from it, right? Right to buy. Our families have benefited from it, right? Okay. We're not middle class. Well, I'm not. I can't class myself as middle class. So how you deal with that is up to us. But what my point I'm trying to say is, now that I'm a homeowner, I've asked you both questions. You've not really decided. Would you rather have a clean street?
But am I going to do that at the benefit? Am I going to do that at the benefit? I hear what you're saying, but am I doing that at the benefit of these pushing people out of their houses? This is what you're.
There's a moral aspect. There's a moral aspect of it. You always think about the financial.
But it's not as simple as that. So, if when you're moving these people out, people have been entrenched in those communities. Like you would say, for example, let's say for example, Housen hasn't been gentrified, whatever. Yeah,
Housen will never be gentrified.
But those, like you said, those communities, like the Caribbean community, the Brazilian community, those people have been entrenched in those communities, and then for example, then want to kick them out. And put them where? In the middle of nowhere. Some people have been moved out to Hayes. Some people moved well outside of their comfort zone where they know they're belonging.
So you're saying don't change nothing?
I'm not saying don't change nothing, but I'm saying at what extent are you willing
to...
Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
Yeah, you're not doing that.
But the right to buy was an initiative initially, first and foremost.
Who did that benefit?
It benefited the working class people, bro. You got like 100 bags discount on the...
But if I come more likely than not, yeah, our parents didn't have no saving where we can inherit it. Yeah, more time. Whoever the people benefiting from that are people that have established backgrounds within or established communities within the country, the city that they're in.
Okay,
yeah. So what I'm saying is, those people had those middle class people had savings, had money, had assets that they could own, and because they've had more length and time within the country. So those are the people that benefit the most from those rights.
But a middle class person wouldn't be living in a council estate or a council house.
To get on a property ladder now, some people live in bare middle class people. I know someone who's well off. He lives in a council estate, but he's off right to buy. I know someone. He lives in. I'm not gonna say where he lives, but he lives somewhere and it's a council estate. The whole area is a council estate.
But that's just people that are privately buying these places.
That's different.
I don't think he's grown up in a council estate.
Yeah,
No, he didn't grow up in it. No,
that's not my point. So the people that benefit from a council estate and the right to buy are those that are working class that have literally 9 out of 10 times probably had their rent paid majority of their life because they've been on benefits.
But your thing is, like I say, if you can't buy it, then move out. Process.
It's a process in terms of they're gradually growing the rents of the houses. They gradually
that puts people. Do you know what that does? That puts people in debt that they can't afford. When the landlord says, "Okay, this is going up by 200, 300, 400 pounds," that puts people in debt. That brings people to stress.
Yeah.
People do crazy shit when they go into stress.
So,
There's radical things that happen when that happens. People don't see those things. So when you're saying it's a gradual process, I'm gradually increasing the rent of my property.
So
I'm having to work longer hours. I'm having to do this. I'm having to do that on top of what's going on. Those are the things that are affecting us, and that's the things I think morally it fucks up.
And what about the other side? What about the middle class or the richer person that lives in the same area and they're like, you know what, I don't want to live in this area anymore because it's not being improved. Then they move out. Then what? Then it's gonna affect you worse, bro. And then the town you're in is gonna be even more run down. It's gonna have less investment because that's how.
If you're middle class and you live in that area, how often do you move out? How often do people tend to be settled in these areas? That's what I think we're referring to. They're settled in these areas.
Yeah, right? but the only way that you get investment from government is based on how the how much money the town generates, right? And the way to generate more revenues, you need the people that have money in their pockets.
Do you know which communities did it right? And over time and everywhere in the world, you see this is the Jewish community, because their community you can't touch. Like the Jewish communities, like the ones that we passed in that.
But why? And
because their communities help each other. Like,
Thank you.
So this is what I think where we were wrong. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm talking about other ethnic groups. Yeah. Because being Jewish is an ethnic group, the way I see it. So, like for instance, let's say the Arab or let's say the Lebanese communities that were living in one part of area in London, they didn't really help each other and help that community grow together. Yeah, hence why it was like divide and conquer in it. So it was like everyone's moving out, and like what you're saying, that process of people. But what the Jewish community did right is that they helped fund each other's businesses and they helped move forward together. And
I don't know if there's a solution to the problem of
gentrification. I think the solution would be, if possible, to keep everyone in the community, but make the actual towns better. That would be the ideal, perfect solution.
Western culture is the A1 culture, and that's the way it has to move.
And I think that's what we have to do. I think obviously they've had the power to do that through media. Definitely. But yeah, man.
So gentrification, yes or no?
It's not
Quick fire, yes or no?
Do I agree with it? I'm gonna say 50-50.
But you answer my question. So would you rather live in a shithole or not live in a shithole?
I like my shithole.
I'm gonna be controversial and say I think gentrification is happening, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just gonna go along with it. So that's the way my answer would be. I'll go along with. If you can't fight them, join them. You know what I mean?
What about you, Mark?
There's benefits to it. There are benefits to it, but when it affects the people that have lived in these communities, help build these communities as well. There's communities that were less than before a particular demographic became into it. That's why I have my moral compass is that's where I go. But I understand gentrification, but there just needs to be a better way of doing it without kicking out these people from the communities and things of that nature. But yeah. Yourself?
I'm for gentrification, and like anything in it, it's about survival of the fittest in it. So, bro.
But you know what? Brexit,
mate. Listen, survival of the fittest is always survival of the fittest until you can't survive.
Friend in this room now, and he's telling me, look, I got to move out of the area I'm in because we can't afford the rent anymore and stuff like that.
I think it's ticky, innit?
So
it's tough to survive. It's kind of tough. I know this number. I delete this number.
But listen, we've been
Tracksuits and Ties. Another great episode. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell us what you want to hear, what you want to see. And obviously, shout out to the cameraman. MIS to the T.
MIS to the motherfucking T, boy.
Bit, boys.
Thank you very much. God bless.